I want to say Shalom. This is Ben Yimyam coming from the GMS camp in Toronto. I want to say the water to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the men of great millstone who rule well and teach well in the truth. And I want to give the brothers in the four corners of the earth a greeting, shalom. Right? And keep up the work and stay in the faith. This was the breakdown on Cornelius. Some people are saying that Cornelius was an Edomite, or he's the first Gentile to be given what's that word? Given into given into Christianity, saying that he's what makes all people accepted, basically all other nations like the Edomites or any other nation acceptance into becoming into Israel, which that's false. I want to say that's false. That's a lie. The Most High haven't dealt with no other nation other than Israel. But I'm gonna bring this out to show you Cornelius. He was a Gentile in a Gentile state of mind. He didn't know he was an Israelite because he was working in the Roman army. He was a centurion, a high-ranking officer, a just man. I'll read a little bit about him. Okay, so this is Acts 10:1. It says, there was a certain man in Caesarea called Cornelius, a centurion of a band called the Italian band, a devout man. So he was a part of a crew, like two different parties, a devout man, and one that feared Yahweh with all his house, which gave much alms to the people and prayed to Yahweh always. Right? He saw in a vision, evidently about the 9th hour of the day, an angel of Yahweh coming into him and saying unto him, Cornelius. And when he looked on him, he was afraid and said, what is it, Lord? And he said unto him, thy prayers and thy alms are come up for memorial before Yahweh. And now send men to Joppa and call for one Simon, whose surname is Peter, who lodged with one Simon, a tanner, whose house is by the sea side. He shall tell thee what thou oughtest to do. Okay, so it said an angel of the Lord came unto Cornelius for to send a message for a message. Like he was, the Most High uses different vessels for his own sake, So he used Cornelius for a message. Cornelius didn't know his prayers were being answered, until when he got he got basically enlightened by the angel, because at the end of the day, Cornelius was a man who was he looked out for Israel. Basically, he governed Israel, watched over their every move, as like how an angel would done. How angels go around and take notes on the prophets on this wicked ass kingdom, Cornelius was basically a man of order, like he gave order, But what I was gonna say is there's a scripture I want to grab. And it was about Yeah. Um. No, I'm gonna continue. Verse 7. And when the angel which spake unto Cornelius was departed, he called two of his household servants, and a devout soldier of them that waited on him continually. And when he had declared all these things unto them, he sent them to Joppa. On the morrow, as they went on their journey and drew nigh unto the city, Peter went up unto the housetop to pray about the 6th hour. And he became very hungry and would have eaten, but while they made ready, he fell into a trance, and saw heaven opened, and a certain vessel descending unto him, as it had been a great sheet net at the four corners, and it let down to the earth, which that's the chariots, wherein were all manner of the four-footed beasts of the earth, and wild beasts, and creeping things, and fowls of the air. And there came a voice to him, Rise, Peter, kill and eat. But Peter said, No. But like I was saying, to jump back up here, when they're saying, no, when they're like, I've been hearing how Cornelius is a Edomite, and something else, right? But that was false, because I got a script here. There's a few scriptures, but oops. It says, this is Psalms 147 and 19. It says, He showeth his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgments unto Israel. He has not dealt so with any nation. So when people are saying that Cornelius is an Edomite, the Most High never dealt with no next nation ever to show them what to do with his prophets, or with his men of the Lord. What to do with Israel. He always dealt with Israel. He has not dealt so with any nation, and for his judgments they have not known them. Praise ye the Lord. So Cornelius didn't even know that he was an Israelite. He didn't even know he was a Jake. He was holding high rank, but he didn't know what he's a Jake. So it says here, so it says, let me jump down here. It says, verse 21, it says, Then Peter went down to the men which were sent unto him from Cornelius, and said, Behold, I am he whom ye seek. What is the cause wherefore ye are come? And they said, Cornelius the centurion, a just man. See, Cornelius was a just man, and one that feareth Yahweh. These Edomites don't fear Yahweh. These other nations don't fear our living power. You can tell he was just zealous for the Most High, and didn't know him like that. He didn't know. He was just in a Gentile state of mind, and of a good report among all the nations of the Jews. You know, that's what angels do. You know what I'm saying? They take reports on prophets, man, of this whole wicked kingdom. You know. So when you look at it, Cornelius was just like a knowledgeable man. You know, like a knowledge man of the two, like I would say the 2/3, but he's not 2/3, you know, of in this kingdom. I would say like a man of who's in the world. Like you could have a friend and he knows how to move, but he's not in the truth. You know what I'm saying? But he probably doesn't know himself until the Most High reveals it to him to wake up. He could wake up in the 11th hour. You know, he could wake up in the 10th hour. Right now we're almost at that time. You know, anything can happen, man. This truth is for Israel. You know. So it says verse 22, and they said, Cornelius, the centurion, just man, one that feared Yahweh, and of a good report among all the nation of the Jews, was warned from Yahweh by an holy angel to send for thee into his house and to hear words of thee. The Most High only showed his words unto Jacob. You know, we can bring that scripture back. You know, you see, he showed his word unto Jacob. So the Most High is not going to be showing his word onto an Edomite or onto a Moabite or a Jebusite, you know, one dirty stinking African. You know what I'm saying? The Most High is not dealing with that, man. The Most High is going to show his word onto Jacob, man, and his statutes and his judgment onto Israel. He's not dealing with no other nations. So when people are talking about, oh, Cornelius was a Edomite and all these things, nah, he was just in a Gentile state of mind, a high-ranking officer, you know. So at the end of the day, it shouldn't be rocket science to know if Cornelius was an Israelite or not. You're supposed to know that, yo, this man was in a Gentile state of mind until he got the word from the Most High. He was praying for this, you know, just like every other brother was fighting, was going to work, was struggling to find the Most High, and eventually through the elders of Great Men of Millstone, through the web, we end up getting this knowledge, man. We end up seeking, and the Most High opened up onto us, you know, and we end up getting the understanding of the truth, you know. Let's go back. So it says, 23, it says, then called he them in and lodged them. And on the morrow Peter went away with them, and certain brethren from Joppa accompanied him. And the morrow after they entered into Caesarea, and Cornelius waited for them, and had called together his kinsmen and near friends. And as Peter was coming in, Cornelius met him and fell down at his feet and worshipped him. You know? So